Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I heard something the other day on Magnetize Yourself that really resonated with me, and I wanted to share it. Infinity said, "You found your way through the darkness, and now you are coming back with the map." I really loved that. It really accurately depicts what I'm trying to do here on this channel. I've been through a lot of darkness, and I've managed to find my way back to the light. And I'd like to present you with a map. Now, the good thing about maps is that you have a choice whether or not you want to follow them. Some maps work for many people, some don't. So, now, Eleanor Roosevelt said, no one can make you feel inferior without your permission. Now, the inverse is also true. No one can really help you unless you let them. That's sometimes a lot easier said than done. It's a sense of, especially when you've suffered from abandonment issues, betrayal issues, and things like that, if you've got trust issues, much like what I've had, it's hard to let somebody help you. Because of the fear that maybe they're leading you down the wrong path. That is a judgment call on your part. Follow your gut. Trust your gut. If something doesn't quite seem right, maybe you better take some time to think about it. And that's one of the things that if you're not doing the right thing, and somebody knows that they're, trying to help you not do the right thing, they'll urge you to make the decision fast, Don't think about it, just do it, just do it. And it's one of the things that many scams do, is we need your answer right now, right now, right now. Especially if it's something that, could hurt you or somebody else. Best bet is to take some time to actually think about it, like I said before, sometimes silence can speak volumes. It can also reveal true character. If you're talking to somebody who's constantly urging you into something, it might be time to take a step back and kind of think about that. Just contemplate, why is this person urging me to do this? And you can even ask them that, say, well, why are you rushing me into this? That doesn't seem right. And on Surreal Minds, they put out an episode that was talking about 5 different questions that a narcissist will ask you, which are traps. One of the questions is, don't you trust me? Now, like I said, with somebody like trust issue, or that have trust issues like me, a lot of times the answer is going to be, no. But it's the way they said the best way to respond to something like that is stop and give your silence for a few moments, and then look at them and say, trust is earned, and something just doesn't quite feel right about this. Let me think about it. The biggest thing is trust yourself. That's very hard to do, especially once you've been betrayed. It especially when it's a relationship or, somebody that you really did think that you could trust and they betray you, that will shake you. I mean, to your core, it will make you question everything. And the idea that, the guilt of thinking, I should have seen this. But that's not true. They work very, very hard to manipulate you and make sure that you don't see the betrayal most of the time until it's too late. So don't be hard on you, or try, sorry, I don't like telling people how they should feel. So, but try not to be too hard on yourself. Remember, that's on them. That's not on you. And that doesn't mean that you should change who you are. I've said before that a long time ago, I made a vow to myself that I would not let this world change my heart. Even after everything I've been through, I still try to stick to that. I still try to stick to the idea that my intentions are always good. Sometimes my intentions can be fairly selfish as far as I need to stop. I need to think about what is best for me. But that's pretty much the extent of my selfishness, But you need to take that time. You need to take the time to stop and heal, especially after a betrayal like that. And so those are especially the times when, as somebody is trying to urge you to do something, be understanding with yourself and hope that they're understanding with you. When you say, I just went through something, I really need to take some time to think about this and make sure that it's the right step for me. If they truly have your best intentions at heart, they will wait for you. If they don't, maybe it's best they're not in your life anymore anyway. And trust me, sometimes this can cost a lot of friendships. But were those really, truly friends to begin with? I was talking to somebody the other day who was telling me about how they really messed up their knee at work. And I was telling her, we were talking about how both of us have this tendency of getting impatient with ourselves because we, just feel like we need to keep going. We've got ADHD, so of course it's kind of hard for us to sit still. I told her maybe you might want to stop and think about it this way. Healing is a very big job for your body. And being patient with yourself is actually a lot of work. So, truthfully, you're putting in just as much work as you would at your job in healing yourself, And it kind of allowed her the perspective that she still was working. She just was, doing it kind of behind the scenes. And I told her one of the things that really helped with my healing was kind of a visual meditation process that really helped, especially when I broke my hand. This bone right here, I actually broke like that. I was like, oh my gosh, it did take a lot of time to heal. But I told her one of the things that I would do, especially when I was feeling antsy and impatient with myself, is I would close my eyes and take deep breaths and visualize an orb of light entering my body through my forehead and traveling to that point in my body that needed healing. And I would breathe deeply and just envision keeping that orb right where my wound was. And it really did help, like, the healing process. I healed a lot quicker than I actually thought I would. And it gave me, in a sense, something to focus on instead of the anxiety of not being able to move or do something. So maybe that might be something that you can do, especially when it comes to mental health matters or emotional matters. Just close your eyes, take some deep breaths, let them out slowly, and just envision that orb entering your body through your mind, and even just staying in your mind, or envision it traveling from your mind down to your heart. And then with every breath, let that orb grow and reduce, and focus on feeling that warmth and that healing go into your body. And I mean, I know it sounds, kind of crazy, but I mean, have you met me? Just saying. But no, I really would like to urge you to take the time, take care of yourself. Because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of others. This world would be a much darker place without you in it, okay? So, show yourself some self-love. You do deserve it.